Okay, team, welcome to 4.2, and the topic of the day is slope. Now, slope measures the steepness of a line, and we use the ratio rise over the run to measure the steepness of a line. Let's look at an example. I'm going to actually start just by plotting a few points that make up a line. So how about right there? I'm going to go up 1 over 2, put another point there. By the way, you can be copying this down on your own note sheet as well. Make sure you're putting your points in exactly the same place that I am. And if I'm going too fast, pause the video so you can catch up. By the way, making straight lines is way easier with a ruler, but you can also use the side of your Chromebook or a notebook or whatever you can find to draw the straightest line possible. So anyways, here we are, we're looking at a line. Let's call this exercise number 1. Okay, so to measure the steepness of this line, I'm going to measure the ratio of the rise over the run. So let's start by using our variable m, which we always use for slope. I don't know why we use m, but we always do. And now I'm just going to check how far up and down does this line go. And it looks like just up 1 and then over 1, 2. Up 1 over 1, 2. Do you guys see that? Up 1 and over 2. Up 1 over 2. So the slope of this line is up 1 over 2. There's the slope, 1/2. And just make sure you always put the rise in the top place of your fraction, and then you do the run or the side-to-side number in the bottom there. Okay, let's look at another example. This time I'm going to put a point right about here. Actually, let's choose a different starting place. Let's go ahead and start all the way down here, and then let's go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 2. Up 4 over 2. And also go down 4 and backwards 2. Okay, so I have a line that looks like this now. All right. And again, pause the video if I'm going too fast. So slope is the measure of the rise over the run. So I'm just going to use what I call the triangle method. And I'm just going to draw a triangle along the grid lines and just count rise over the run. So I went up 4 and over 2. Let's see if that is the same here. Up 4 over 2. Up 4 over 2. So my slope is up 4 over 2. There's my slope. Up 4 over 2. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, Mr. Bywater, I can reduce that fraction. Then to you, I say, good, I'm glad you're thinking that. And let's go ahead and do that. 4 over 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1, which is the same thing as just 2. And it turns out that, that this is actually the best answer. Reducing the fraction is best. Now, I'll also show you how a slope of 2 is the same thing as a slope of 4 over 2. And here's why. If I look down at my line again, if I go up 2 and over 1, you can see that I am still on the same line. Up 2 and over 1. Up 2 over 1. So you can see that a slope of 4 over 2 is the same thing as a slope of 2 over 1. They are the same line. All right, let's look at one more example here. How about this one? Okay. So there's my line. Now I need to find the slope. So rise over the run. So let's see, it looks like I'm going Oh, it looks like we're going down 2 over 3. Down 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3. Yep. Down 2 over 3. So I'm going to say the slope is 2/3. Now, this one is actually a teeny bit different than the others. In both of these first two examples, we are going uphill. Our slope is uphill. And so that's why our slope is positive. And I always look at the hill from left to right. And I can see those are uphill. This, from left to right, is actually going downhill. See that? We're going down. And if that's the case, then we have to make sure that we call our slope negative. So this is actually, come on now, negative 2/3 because it's a downhill slope. Alrighty. Okay. So now we have these 3 blank graphs, and actually, those 3 blank graphs are going to be very useful to you when you are doing this part on your own. So here's, in fact, I'll just help you get started. So it turns out it only takes 2 points to make a line. So I'm going to start by graphing these points then. I'll do the first one for you. Negative 3, 2. Okay, well, that's negative 3 along the x-axis. So to the left 3, and then it's 2 on the y-axis. So to the left 3, and then up 2 puts me right there. And then my other point, 1, 0, 1 on the x and 0 on the y. 1 on the x and 0 on the y puts me right there. So I'm going to plot my 2 points. And because I'm kind of OCD, I'm also going to sketch the actual line as well. So line, and I got something like that. Okay, got my line. And now that I have my line, I can find the slope just by counting rise over run. And sometimes I call this the triangle method because I like to actually draw this like triangle in there. And it looks like in this example, I'm going down 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can use this picture for this problem, and you can use this picture for this problem, and this picture for this problem. All right, so then this one, and I'll let you answer this yourself, but m equals, and you're going to have to tell me rise over the run. Okay, team, please make sure you also do these next two as well. It's the same thing. It's just now you have information from a table. I want you to graph this table in the coordinate plane. Whoops. Graph in the coordinate plane. And then after you have it graphed, tell me what the slope is. Okay, team. Thanks and have fun.